Welcome everyone to another episode of Inside the Mind of a Houou, where I, ChunmanTV, will tell my thoughts during the Hanchan, the Houou Hanchan. I have to check which episode this will be. I didn't check before, so I need to check now. Skip. It's the 30th episode. I have to open my YouTube to see which video it is. I don't. I basically don't edit it afterwards. So whatever I will be talking here will be during the Hanchan, during the gameplay, and not like afterwards edit, which is also what can be done. The Naiman is almost there. We still need a pair, but I think we go Naiman here. We are still looking for an upgrade. We have the 36 pin here for our head potential. And I think it's alright, this Naiman. We ideally need one more block, because the 8-9 pin is weak. It has store acceptance, but if we can get painful, it's worth way more. There's up here. We can go 7 so because there's never a Sansaku, I think. The Ipeco is just better, I think. Well, if we get it, but perhaps we should just cut the 3 pin and then just say we have a Tora Penson here for Riichi Tora 1. Yeah, I think we just have to look in the Penson here because it has Tora acceptance. Rankanchi should be Tempai. I put on Tempai right there. Let's see Makiri. Okay, they have a vest. Okay, that is also possible. Because the Thunder, there aren't any more Thunder shapes, so I did put them on like a Thunder Tempai. But they had a vest, and there's the Tura, and she can put some. But they should be able to run on. Okay, Kamisa with a pawn, and there's the run here on the right. 2000 points plus the Riichi stick. Was kind of scary to push the west though, but we had a good enough hand. Because if they had the west, then they I don't only put them on Tempai if they have a Tanrao there, and they didn't have the Tanrao, so the west is still kind of fine. You can sometimes put people on Tempai normally, but if they have an Honitsu, then you can lead an East Hunting. So it's sometimes really variable, you know. Sometimes you can put them on Tempai for a cheaper hand, and if they have a more expensive hand, then you can put them on like East Hunting, 2 something. Some of the time, I think we just have to pawn here. And I think it's 6 here. It's kind of fortunate. We kind of want another Dora here. 8-man is an easy pawn. The resource here allows us to cheat the Forso, and technically the other sorcerer as well, but the Forso is like the only thing that's really good to see. The 36 so C is weaker. The 3 so pawn is interesting. But I kind of want to get another Dora, you know, or another 2 Doras. So I kind of want to skip here. Like the weight isn't better than the 3 so 8-man Sabo, but it has just way more flexibility on the Pinsu side. You can see 2, 5, 4 pin here, and then shift the weight around. You can throw another Tora with this shape as well for the Sampon, and then we can have the Takame extra Tora for the 11-6. But we sumo here 1k each. We have a horrible hand here. It's an 8 type start, and Tonta comes to mind, Honitsu comes to mind. You're just spawning here. I don't think AI does this. M-League certainly not. M-League core rate is 25%, by the way, average on the regular season. Average Houou core rate is, I think, 33%, is 34 perhaps even. It might be pushing 34. I can actually check that right now because I have my. You can stalk my stats, by the way. It's very easy to stalk this someone's stats. Let's see, Naki. I'm at 32%, but I'm bottom 29%. Wait, wait, oh my god, oh my god, we had a Chimpeo. Oh my god, I'm talking too much. But the Chimpeo was dead. It was like, do we have still a tune? I thought we discarded it last turn, and we did discard it last turn. What a disaster. Why do we push out a ton? The green has just been pawned, okay. Let's focus on the gameplay rather than the talking. You have still no Raku confirmed here. And there are two Rakuhei on the right, and there's the Tora, and we don't want to top the Tora. Golek is very bad. If it was new Golek, it would be Ron. Because it's not a pawn, it's not a Chi, it's 100% a Ron, and I don't think we can call that. Because if we call that, we are on a 7-star tanky after the pawn. Because we never get a 7-8-9 here. I think two pin into one, so because we are never topping the Toras here on the, it looks too spicy on the right. So we can look in the 3-pin anchor, like here, and then we can try to torture it, or we can just try to Gaten it. The social is pretty scary here, not gonna lie. The 5-1 isn't even safe here on the right. An interesting 8-pin pawn. I didn't expect them to pawn the 8 tail. Ooh, we have to push the. Oh no, are we going to die on this Akatora? Is it time for us to do? That's the Aka. It's not for Mushuchi. Oh no. Tuhan, I think we don't. Like if it was normal 5-man, perhaps. The problem here is also we have Shimotsa to deal with. The weight is so bad. We basically can't win on the 6-9. It's just horrible on the 6-9. You folded 3,900, I think. That's a 5, so they are tempai here on the right, and we have to go 2, so here are the Nan. Where are the Nans? 1. You only see 1, 2. I think just 2, so I think just 2, so. There's a 6-9 here on the right, and there's a 7, so Kansan here on the left. I think we tried, we really tried with the 8 taps, and we got really close, but the Chimpia was definitely, I don't know, it was not the worst card, because the Chimpia was dead, but if I saw it, I would probably not discard it. At that point, we can try to get the sticks here, 1,600 here in the middle. Don't mind the pawn. If it's certainly not the first pawn, we wouldn't open on the 3-man pawn. But we can still throw the Dora here on the 4-man, and it's kind of half shooty, so it's not that big of a deal, but we have horrible shape, so it's gonna be a tough push here. There's 2,600 in the middle, the 4-man pass, so that is at least one thing. We push the 4-man here, and then we keep the tune for the safe talk. Waiting on Gampuchia, Ipatsu. 2-6 plus all the sticks there. Good win by tournament. We finally have a playable hand. Actual really playable hand. Also the last one was playable. The last one was really playable. I do want to not D rank. That is like the primary purpose of this series, staying in Houou. Or like, well, I play a lot of on stream as well, and I've been D ranking on stream. Just Sumakiri. 5-star is interesting, but I don't think it's good by any means. The 5-star can be our head, but likely won't be our head. To do so, it does help, but it's double Dora acceptance, I guess. It's certainly good enough to keep. Okay, not a Taisangan there. We were E-Sonten here with the 3-9 Soka, but I just don't like the E-Sonten. So we break with the 9 pin here. And then we are trying to get double Dora. We can accept 2 Doras. And we accept 2 Doras here. Not that worried about the monster, yeah, but hand will be tough to push. We need to draw like 2 Doras in a row here to do really anything. A Ramen across. The Dora is very easy to use. 2 so pawn, 1 so. 8 so pawn, another Sosu on a tau, and I think our hand is done. I think our hand is done. 9 so is Kabe. I think we can push the 8 bean. Like if it deals into Shimoza, it shouldn't be that expensive. And then if it's all like the AK5 bean, we can future Riichi, but and then like I don't mind pushing the 9 so Kabe out. It's 1 Scott as well. It's I think we are out. Like I usually don't mind the 3-man. I really don't mind the 3-man, but just looking at our hand, it's just not getting anywhere, you know. And they have a Dora. Wait, this is a Hana. It's a Hana. So disgusting. Dora 3 AK2 boost it. 9 so basically saying every Dora we have the AK connector here, and we have a solid hand here, but the value here is with the AK. So and the Dora acceptance. So we really want to roll the Dora here or the 6-0 and or both preferably. 8-0 pawn and then 6-0 instant C Atosuke there. 6-0 Kami 6-0. I think they have 6-0 acceptance. Because I got the 3-0 it's next to the Dora as well. But you have 6 blocks here, and this is helping, but it's not ideal. Like it's okay, but we just have to choose either one of them. The west pawn is interesting. I think it's almost. Do we really want to? Okay, we have now ramen, so we or we can pawn 4-man, but like pawn 4-man is so greedy. Skip. It's so greedy, but the 3 so only 2 taps left, right? With the double Rakuhai 2 Toras is Mangan. Yeah. Oh, Ripper. Oh my god, it's massive. It's Hana. If it hits, it doesn't hit. D-rank incoming. Another unplayable hand, but and let's see what we can do here. That becomes slightly playable here. I'm keeping the Dora acceptance, but probably just calling for 2 Han here, the Honitsu no Mi. Well, 1-man, 7-man. We can pawn for Toitoi Honitsu. Pawning is faster than the Chitoitsu. Pawning is faster, but like if we draw one more pair, we are just certainly keeping it close. North twice card, Nijman twice card, and then the rest is still pretty okay, hopefully. Unfortunately, just no Rokuhai, or like we have to Rokuhai, but not a pair. And if we get a pair, then it's probably going to be G-Deutsche. I think we are forcing the G-Deutsche here with the Nijman cards. Because Honitsu, nah, the West. I think the West is still vulnerable. We are still 2 something, which is quite a lot. The Torah is out, so we might have a little bit more time. We have to. Is it Atosuke as well? Yeah, tournament probably Atosuke. Yeah. The Torah was out, but they had to Akam. Wonder if we. Yeah, I read the Atosuke there, but like it was like we really wanted to win the hand, like, but like we are like 20 something there. It's yeah, it was probably just a mistake. Just hoping that they will no 10 or still wait not E something. We are having a thunder shift here. We don't need a third pair here. So we are cutting the pair. We could also just cut the 9. So perhaps that's right. That's probably right to keep the one west. Fantastic. Exactly what we wanted to draw here. The third and the final west. 5 pin is certainly a pawn. Everything. We have to win the hand basically. Because we are like we have a hard cut off here. We need a Mangon Sumo later on. So if we can get a Mangon run instead, it would be way better. And our hand is still 2 away here, and it doesn't look that great. I think we're just cutting 6 into 8 for higher pawn chances here, and then we are E something here, and the 4-man now connects to the 2 ones. So it's pretty okay here, playing 5 blocks instead of 6 blocks. Doesn't do much. It's not G-Deutsche E something. Pawning for Atosuke feels so bad, but I think we have to do it. Just anything is a goal. They're all. Yeah, okay. No, not big enough for us, unfortunately, but. Another Honitsu. Flow book Honitsu. Dude, how many Yakuhai does Toyman get? Like, yeah, it's so annoying. We have a Mangon Shimo cut off. We can win one Han here, and then we have Mangon Run cut off, and we will certainly try to just win any hand here if we don't deal in. I really wonder what we could have done differently. Like the deal in on the former was unfortunate. Torment is like the Atosuke deal in was perhaps unnecessary. It's E something here. And we don't really want to bomb, but Torment is just tempeh there, so like we don't have that much choice. Like the one Han is actually quite useful here. Allows us to run a Mangon or Tana a Mangon instead of being forced to basically Riichi for the Mangon Shimo, but give me the green second, please. Still keeping the connect for safe for the green second Teitashi pair for Tampin. That is why we're keeping the extra 2 pin here. It's also not that dangerous. So the 2 pin acts as a safe and for efficiency here. if Toyman has the greens, we are just stealing in again on the Rakuhai. As you've probably seen already like 20 times. Okay, I was afraid that was a wrong for some reason, but C on the left as well. Wait a second, one Scott. It says Toyman the greens again. There's only 1 2 left, so we basically are forced to go for Atosuke. 3-6, to be trusted. Okay, it's really like the 3-6 pin isn't much better, it's 4,000, but now we have a Thunder chance as well. There's the green second, and then like the value doesn't really matter if you like this late. It's just all about Tenpai, and the pinful is kinda nice. It's 5-8 here on the left. This is worst case scenario for us because now we have a Hanuman sumo requirement. You have a Hanuman sumo, well, a Mangan room, but like if you have played any high level room, you know you can easily defend against a Mangan room. And especially when you don't, if you are within Mangan sumo range, you might get a Mangan room sometimes because they know that on Mangan sumo they will be last, but like when they just have no incentive to attack, then it's basically 4th place here. They are feeding here, the tiles here. They have another pinsu block likely with this 8 pin. You kinda can't keep the honors for like the Chitoche Tanki, which it would be ideal. Like Riichi Chitoche Dora, but it's just 7 pin here. Like where's our Hanuman? Like it has to be like Chitoy because the Tampin shenanigans are just not going to work, I think. I don't think the Tampin shenanigans are going to work because we have to kind of run because we don't have enough. And the monster will just steal in, so I expect there's a Shikomi here from Toyman. Well, yeah, they are, or like, I expected it to deal in here on the other player. Let's check the look. Okay, let's make it bigger. And let's see, we have an 85. It's on the weak end for sure. Let's see. Nijman, it cuts the Nijman here. It's almost close with 7, but it's the right discard. And then here we go wrong. It wants to Sansoku still. It sees a Sansoku, but I just got the 3 for the save down here, which it agrees with, and then just deal in here, and we have a solid hand here, and then the pawn into 6-man here, and then let's see on this C though. It skips, and then the sumo 1k each, and we are doing fine right here, and it always skips here. It skips, but like there's nothing to do with our hand, and then we missed a tune pair, but it was already there, but it's definitely worth keeping for our final pair, but I just didn't see basically, but the tune pair was kind of useless in the end. And then here this 5-man that we kept was kind of what doomed us, and then 2 pin into 1 pin, and then this 5-man. It's almost folds here with the 3 pin, but I still push. Then 1 so, and then let's see if it goes 3 pin. Is it 3 pin safe? That is card bait off. Is it 1 Scott as well? It's both, like the right second tanky is definitely more common than the 3 pin tanky. I did miss this. I missed the card 4 pin, but I don't really think the right second is really going to deal in but it's something to consider for sure. But and then the Tuso versus the South, like I guess we made we pawned here and it pawns and then it pawns again, almost 50-50, and then 4-man Sakikiri, and we didn't Sakikiri the 4-man, but the 4-man became safe with Torment, and then the deal in here. And here everything looks fine, but then things go down here, and we have now double Tora acceptance. It breaks here the East Sun turn, double bad shape, and then they are still E-Sons in here on the right. It got a 9, so but it wants to cut it also wants to cut a 6 pin because the 8 pin can deal in across for sure, but and we are E-Sons, but we are falling right here though, but that is it. And here it's still, if I knew like Torment had this kind of hands, like I would definitely be more aggressive. But here we deal in, and it wants to just it wants to, it's close between 1-0 and 4 bean. The west pawn is so nice though, it almost wants to Sakikiri, and then here it just deals in. Like it sees the Sakikiri here on the 4-man, and then this will go the west pawn, but it's Raku high, so I'm quite surprised on this 4-man card. It's 50-50 here. And I think the west pawn is just so good here. I think the west pawn is just ultra good, but here we deal in, and then this hand is just so unplayable. And then I don't know what, here it doesn't deal in, because I read the Atosuke. It just wants to go Cheeto, and this fail. We can just go Cheeto. Like we should have just committed to Cheeto there and not top the honors. Just play like pro players who just choke the honors. I need to focus on that more. It got 6-0. It got 6-0 here into 8-0. We have a solid hand, but we didn't win here because of the time turn by Torment. It's a massive hand here on the right. It's a Penson 3 pin here after the 7 pin cut for Honitsu Ipeko. I didn't really see that, to be honest, but like I was too focused on my Tilo because he basically needed to win the hand, so it doesn't really matter. But I should probably should have spotted it. It really wants to so here, but we keep the 1-0 for no good reason. Okay, there it is. If that's like the biggest mistake, then I think we are good to go. And then let's see on the screen second pair cut. It doesn't want to Sakiri. It wants to have more efficiency, cutting the 5 pin here. The diamond. Interesting. They kept the Sabo for the extra Tora, and then they have a Constant 8 instead. But here this 3, so it's, we should have just got a 5 pin for extra acceptance, and then the double C here into the, let's see on the green second. It wants to 1 pin, 2 pin, 1 pin, 2 pin would probably be also alright because of the but yeah, the G6 is so bad, but and then this was questionable of me, and then Torment just steals in here on the left with the 6-man Tassi. It just steals in, but it's safe here on the right, so we can't blame them. And but I would love to not have them deal in, and then of course, because we have an impossible cut off here. There's nothing to play for here for us. We will just scroll through the hand, and there's a deal in. They have a 2-man pair waiting on the 3, but the 2-man pair are very dangerous here on the left. And that is it for me today. I hope I will see you in the next episode.